stream. Mr. Corners. We are back with more Phoenix Wright. And we might take a break from this next week. Because, well, I don't know. It doesn't appear to be a viewing favourite, so we'll give it a break after we've got the achievement we need. So we are playing the second game, Justice for All. We are in episode 2, Reunion and Turnabouts. That is a bit loud. And we are about to start part 3 of the investigation. I believe there are 4 parts to this. We did 2 parts in the first thing. It is cold. It's frosty outside. I'm just going to nip the heating on. Oh, just be a minute. Shut this door Only thing worse than realising it's actually quite glacial from underneath the blanket. June 21st, 3:24, Crane Village. Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick. You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway. I thought about this a little. If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man... She definitely didn't. Yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person. Yes, pals. Oh, I see. What's wrong? She seems sad. I don't want to be sad. Be not sad. Thank you for tweeting that stream, Mr. Corners. Oh. So what do you think, seeing your first trial? I was really surprised. I'd never seen so many people before. Oh. And Mystic Maya looks so small and... helpless. Well, it's already naturally short, so... And then that snubby woman with the ruffly clothes. Ruffly... Oh, she means Francisca. She had such a bad attitude. She acted like she'd already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I'm gonna tell her what I think of her tomorrow. I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world. Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya? Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer, a prosecutor. I mean, prosecutors are still lawyers, right? Anyway, that's what I thought. So her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win. In this game, yes. It's terrible! But she's a really good prosecutor with a heart on the inside, right? There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same. Well, he might have become a good guy, eventually. Mr. Edgeworth. He? Who are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Is that the person Mr. Maya was talking about? Mr. Edgeworth. That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore. He clutched onto his foolish pride too fiercely and died for it. What? Edgeworth died? When? Sorry, I'm just having a moment of confusion. He was alive in the end of the last case, 'cause he was... Because he got the award. Hi, Havor. Okay, so I'm just confused. Oh, that's too bad. By the way. Yes? What is it? You wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you? Asking me? No, I was just thinking earlier. I didn't see anything. She didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearls and what was she doing? And why, on top of that, this key? Just when did she pick this up? I just realised that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime. I mean, because she's like 9. Pearls, where were you and what were you doing when the murder happened? I wasn't doing anything. She's really bad at lying. You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else, I promise. Oh, Pearly, Pearly, Pearly. I guess you can see through my lie, huh? Yeah, clearly. I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick? No, you gave me, like, an imbued thing so that I can see when people are lying. You really thought you could lie to me? You really won't tell me what you're doing at the time of the murder. I'm sorry, but with the Magatama, I can lock your sight box, right? Yes, what should I do? Should I tell you what my secret is? If you would just tell me, it would be easier for the both of us. Pulse is holding the key to this whole case, I can feel it. Speaking of keys, this one turns out to be quite important too. I didn't think it would literally be the key to today's trial, though. Can we not literally... I just want to present the evidence-y thing, right? I'm supposed to be able to present stuff. I thought I was supposed to be able to present the thing. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe we present this way? About this key, pals. You found it on the day of the murder, right? Yes. Now, where you found this key is very important. So please tell me, pals, where did you find this? I found it in the incinerator. Oh. The incinerator? She's talking about the one in the garden. The door on it was a little open, so I took a peek. When was that? It was after the channeling, when everyone was in a panic. Mr. Nick? Yeah? Are you going to tell my mother? Huh? You mean tell Morgan what you did? Yes, if she finds out that I was playing in the leftover trash. I'll get a spanking. Gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her then, alright? Incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. Okay. I'm not sure it's gonna let us unlock this thing. Oh, wait, do I have to put... Ah, no, hang on, I remembered how I have to do it. I have to do this to unlock it. Right, okay, let's see. I'm fairly certain the key is important. I'm not sure we have the other bit yet. Pearl, you have to tell me what you do when the murder happened, okay? But what if I can't just tell you what happened? And I'll guess what happened. How does that sound? What? You can do that? You tell me if I guess something right, won't you? Yes. Now, when the murder was taking place, you were here, right? In the winding way? Yes. Good day? Hi, Subterfuge. Wow, you got it. So, do you think you can tell me now? I'm sorry, not yet. No man. Alright, what next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there. Do you really know that much? Well, I am a lawyer, you know. Now, what was it Pearls was doing in the winding way? Oh, wait. We don't have a thing. I reckon she was playing because she broke the... I don't know if we have evidence yet. Should I investigate? Right, okay. We're going to investigate. Alright. Okay. It's really empty. Why is it? Literally, I'm fine. I sit down and start streaming. Can't stop yawning. Specifically happens with this game a lot. So, another reason to take a break from it. training was supposed to be held today, but I guess it's already over. Once in a lifetime. Dude, don't talk about yourself in the third person. Okay, so move. Let's start by looking in here. Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. What's she doing? Looks like she's talking to a picture. Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. I've waited for this day for so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty. What in the... Who's there? Oh, if it isn't Mr. Wright. Just curious about that picture you were just looking at. No, today was that event, was it not, good sir? I heard you did well. Oh yes, thank you. I am terribly sorry I could not attend the trial today. Please accept my apology. I had a previous engagement as I had to watch over the trainees' training today. I get the sense she really doesn't want to talk about the picture. Well, because the master can't be here with us, you understand? And that is why a lowly branch family member such as myself must do this. Okay. Sorry, just had a parcel delivered to a friend. Parcel was handed to resident. Full screen. Slide. Okay. Have you remembered anything about the murder? No, I told you everything I know already. Were you in this room the whole time Lotta and I went to call the police? Yes, of course. I was by Mystic Mayor's side the entire time. I performed the spirit-severing technique and held her in my arms afterwards. You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen? I would like to say more did, however that is all that occurred. I was really hoping for some new info. I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played upon your hopes. Could you possibly be more patronising? So do the students strain every day? Yes, absolutely. And they were given a day off the day after the murder, of course, however. And I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training. Mr. Wright. Ah, yes. Wow, she got real scary real fast. How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? You're to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Sorry, I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Wait, I'm sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit too far? Next question, please. Oh man, she's really being a pain in the butt about this. Please remember to watch not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir. So the master is, Mystic Maya's mother, right? Mystic Misty. She's a brilliant medium. And where is she now? We are not sure. Not sure? About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit. And after that, she simply disappeared. Okay. I am fairly certain it has to do with Edgeworth's dad's death. That case. And we possibly go back to it in this one. It's one of the cases in this one. I don't know. I'm vaguely remembering it. I don't believe she will return to this village in any case, and in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village. Erased? A person who has been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead. Okay. Oh, I see. And that is 4 years from now for her. When that happens, go away, spam! Sorry. Get off my screen. Maybe I should have a delay so that those things don't come through. Oh, it's gone now. Right, so when that happens, a new master will be appointed to Clean Village, and... Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, this mad, I'm afraid, must be imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there. Oh no, she's definitely dodgy. 100% dodgy. Not imagining things. I remember what happens in this case, but I'm not going to say anything in case you've not seen it. Oh, hello. Winding way. Hey, there's someone by the incinerator. Oh, looks like they noticed me and are now running at top speed towards me. Hey. Like, you're that dentist guy. Actually, it's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nice to see you again. Oh, like, real suave, so it's like my turn. It's nice to see you too. So, what's up? You're all out of breath. Like, like you mean... Like, I'm just totally happy and, like, totally excited to be here. Excited? Like, I mean, there are so many things to, like, see. It's, like, the real deal here. Oh, really? For example? Sorry, just trying to figure out how to ban a word. Block. Just because, you know, trying to figure out ad block term. There we go, that's what it was. Trying to figure out how to make it so that those spam bots stop coming up. So I blocked it for a while. They just keep on inventing new stuff. It's like, what is the point? No, does anyone ever actually click on those things? For example, like that urn over there. Do you know about it? All I see is an old cracked piece of pottery. Right. First of all, that's right. Pal said she found this key in the incinerator. I should take a look inside for myself. This is from Maria's costume. Blood on it, a tiny bit, but still. Got a cloth scrap. So someone tried to burn this. The key was also found in there. I get the feeling the incinerator played a crucial part in this murder. It's a really old urn. It looks like something with a long history. It is important! It's totally important! It's cracked! That's important! So hopefully everyone's doing okay. And having a good weekend and all that. I don't know. I'm having a slow day. Or a low day. Or a low day. Yeah, I like that. Is there some sort of legend connected with that man? Yeah, it's like this village's treasure. Didn't know that. And like, it's sealed inside that urn. It's... What are you talking about? Like, you know, Ami Faye's spirit. Ami Faye? Who's that? Like, jeez, Mr. Smith. Get with the program. Everyone knows the lady that founded the Korean village channeling technique was Mystic Ami. You don't have to get upset with me. So, like, as long as her spirit, like, lives in that urn, spiritual power of the Faye family will stick around. Like, isn't that totally romantic? Romantic, huh? That urn is really as important as she says. It could be a vital clue. Yes! Thank you. I want to ask you about the murder. Murder? Dr. Gray's remember? As if there's another one. Oh, that one. Like, you should have said in the first place. So, like, I totally don't know anything because I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Well, that's not much help. Did you notice anything at all? Like, come on, what a total bore. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing. Oh, yeah. You introduced Dr. Gray to Korean Village. No relation, sure. And even if you were only acquaintances, that still means you knew him. Furthermore, your sister, who died in that accident, was a nurse at his clinic. Alright then, why don't you tell me about your sister's fatal accident? Like, yeah, you think, like, it's got something to, like, do with murder? I don't know yet, but I'm trying to chase down every lead I can. Come on, hello. Cyclops! Like, what is it? Looks like I'm gonna need something to pry her mouth open on this one. Okay, so I want to examine that urn again because, come on, please. It's Amy, and it says I am, and it's broken. The spirit in this urn, all I see are a bunch of cracks, but I guess maybe the spirit could live in the space between the cracks. Looks like something's written on it. I am? Weird. Oh, thank you. Finally. Excellent. Perfect. Right. Sorry, I just really wanted to collect that as evidence. Right, let's see if we can crack her locks. Traffic accident. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Grey guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that. Interesting. He just asked whose accident. Which means she must know something about another person's accident. Right, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like, got someone in mind? That one? Oh wow, so like that person had a car accident too? Can't tell me you don't know. Like, how would I know if that person, like, had an accident? Right, besides I'm in a cop van, not an ambulance chaser like you. Right, I get it. Okay, then let's see if you know about this person's accident. Okay. Okay. Right, fine. Accident. Okay, we don't seem to have another accident yet. Alright, however, side room. Sorry. Just, my friend's got to go into hospital tomorrow, so I just sent her something to cheer her up. She really likes it, so. Kids' hospital sucks. Sorry, my friend's also another friend is also having an anniversary stream, so I'm getting distracted by watching what she's doing. Yeah, this is me. I'm like distractible. Interesting. Sorry, I just like watching the level on my microphone when I'm not speaking, when there's no sound in the room, where it's picking stuff up from. Bedding's all laid out today as well. Okay, yeah, well, this is a suspicious chest. sure it wasn't here before the murder took place. It looks like a box of stolen clothes, but it's pretty big just clothes. Mostly empty, but for a few folded pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. Who am I talking to? There's no one here. Channeling. I'll think about bears. It's a small alcove. I like little alcove. I would make it into a book nook. Okay, so there's not really much there. Okay, let's move back and challenge Hurley with the broken pot. I mean, I'm fairly certain that possibly things were old and crackhead before the murder, but, you know, it might just be the same, you know, picture that was used. Okay. So, I feel just a little better. You are a lawyer, but you're also still just a person after all. Oh, she was not doing that. Sorry, I'll get it right this time. Okay. Okay. No, not that either. Okay, let's go talk to detention center. Hey Nick, I've been waiting. She looks so helpless. So, how was it? What did you find out? Well, I found a few things. Is it so bad that you can't even look me in the eye? I just need a little more time. It'll all come together by tomorrow, I promise. I'm sorry, Nick. Every time I see you, all I do is cause trouble. So how was it, today's trial, I mean? You were fantastic, Nick. Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around. I bet it would make a great Hollywood movie. Don't be silly. We have to concentrate on the trial. We're going to win this, Maya. Thanks, a lot, really. Hey, Nick. The person who shot Dr. Gray wasn't me. Was it? Of course not. You're completely innocent. If that were true, then I'd be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in that room with the two of us, right? Well, did you check behind the folding screen? I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anyone there. It's exactly what Lotta said too. Nick? Yeah? Why'd you believe in me? Why do you think I didn't kill Dr. Gray? Because of something Mia told me. My sis? What did she tell you? She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you. Now that you mention it, wait, then I really am! You are not the real murderer. I think that maybe before you even called the spirit, you were drugged. Drugged? I think this was planned from the very beginning, and you were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray. That's not great. I want to ask you something about Pearls. Pearly? What about her? No matter what I try, she won't answer me. I want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder. Wait, Nick, you don't think she did it, do you? No, nothing like that. She'd never do anything like that, you hear me? Never. She's a great kid and really cute and really great and cute, and I didn't really think she was the murderer. But she's definitely hiding something. You were with her on that day, right? Yeah, the two of us. We were playing with her ball. A ball, huh? Sounds like a dead end to me. No, not a dead end. So about this ball. It's nothing really special. Just a plain old ball. I think she was still playing with it when I started the channeling job that day. Pearly really loves to play with that ball. She loves to play with that ball, huh? When she wants to get it, she always climbs right into the clothing box. The clothing box? Yeah. Pearly's always hiding in there. You know, the side room, there's a clothing box in there. It's really big, so once you see it, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. The clothing box in the side room, huh? Yes, thank you. Right, can we pick up that information then? Can we move? Right, okay, Coraine Village. Lotta! Where's Pearly? Ah. Huh? Okay, wait, please, Lotta. She ran off into the manor. Okay. Lotta? Ah! Hey, I'm telling you, quit following me here. A worthless piece of trash. You lay eyes on me and they'll turn to dust. Sigh. Can we please? Ah, there's a ball there now. Pretty sure I saw Lotta run in this direction, but it doesn't look like she's here. But we now have ball. Oh! Steel samurai ball! It's always kept in the clothing box. Then what is it doing on the floor? Okay. Clothing box. What's... Ah! Why is Lotta inside the clothing box? What were you doing in there? What were you thinking? Oh, I'm a bad person. Just another piece of human trash. Okay, I can't get the... no, accent. I'm about... I don't want to make her Scottish. She's not Scottish. She was Cockney and I can't get the bloody accent now. I'm a bad person, just another piece of human trash. Need a hole to crawl into. So you crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into. Oh man, huh? There's a small hole in this clothing box. And it's about 8 inches off the ground. That's the same height as the hole in the folding screen then. Could this... Ah, finally. We're getting the evidence that we already figured out. Okay, big enough to fit in a grown adult. Okay. We haven't got another... Where is Pearl? Mr. Nick, that person ran by here just now. What person? The person with the fluffy cotton candy hair. Ah, she means Lotta. She said, don't look at me with them eyes. But I am not that scary, am I? I don't think that's quite what she meant. Oh, that's right. She also wanted me to tell you. Going on a trip to find myself, so don't you bother finding me. Oh, okay. Well, thanks. You're welcome. Right, now we have the information. We have the ball. We knew what she was doing. We just needed to have the thingy to present her. I don't know where to place. You were here, right? Got it! So, do you think you can tell me now? No. Okay, I think I know what you were doing. You were playing with this ball, right? Ah, that's right. How did you know? Maya told me that you love to play with your ball. Yeah, I was playing with my ball. Uh-huh, and then? Something happened, huh? Something really bad? Something nothing happened. This is it. When you were playing, this happened. Smashed! This urn, it's a village treasure, right? And the spirit of the founder of the Korean technique is sealed in her, isn't it? Yes. What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps here and there. Please don't tease me. Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? The ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But it's strange, the lock hasn't broken yet. It's a really old urn, isn't it? I guess. It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks. Her voice is shaking. How can you tell that urn has been broken? I'm sorry, I don't want to be mean, but... Sorry, I figured. Do you want to try again? This thing must have something to do with what's written on the urn. Okay. Okay, we don't have a, okay. Ah, profiles. Hang on. I always forget I can do profiles. Always forget I can do profiles. Who started the crane channeling technique? It was Mystic Amy. That's right. And do you know how to spell her name? And how do you spell her name? Do you know? How do I spell her name? I don't know. It's spelled A-M-I. I thought it was the Lord when I saw I am written on this urn. And that's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn. I made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Oh, bless her. Yay. I regened my energy, which is good. Around when Mystic Maya started the channeling on that day, I was playing in the winding way with my ball. And that's when you broke the urn. Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Amy's spirit fly away. Don't worry, Morgan will never know, okay? I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so, You thought you could put them back together and no one would notice? Yes. I found some glue and brought it to the hallway and fixed the urn there. The hallway? You mean winding way? Yes. Interesting. The channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. I see. So about how long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job. Yeah, I might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I am not nearly as skilled. When I had finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor. So that's around when Lotta and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder. When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Miss Nick, what is it, Pulse? I'm gonna get banished, aren't I? I really don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, I bet Mystic Amy's happy to be free from that cramped urn. Yeah, I hope so. No harm done, and a happy resolution. Phew. Sacred urn updated in the court record. Okay. Hey, Morgan. Yes, what is it? And must you be so noisy? We have a rule here. The hallway is not for running. Now then, in a calm manner, ask your question. Okay. Anyway, did you see Lotta come by here? Yeah, that girl from the Heartland. I'm sorry, but she did not pass by here at all. Pass by here at any time. Ugh. Lotta, you sure know how to waste a man's time. Okay. Phew, I think I've found out everything I can. I can't see how it all adds up. And this me being here just a coincidence. Hey, mister! How is it that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? And that nurse turns out to be Eni's sister. It's too convenient. Hey, Phoenix! I'm talking to you! I wish I knew a little more about Eni, but where am I going to find info like that? Oh, I get it. You can't be bothered to look over at trash like me. Is that it, Mr. High and Mighty? Ugh, Lotta. Oh, so you finally noticed. I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't quite understand a word. Well, gotta hand it to you. You sure know how to chase down garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump of one around like this. Thanks. But you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going on about? And as for following or chasing or whatever it is, isn't that what you're doing? Well, you see... well, you're not exactly a real gentleman with a lady's heart, are you? You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. Look, I'm really dang sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me. You hurt Maya really badly, Lotta. I don't suppose you could forgive a gal like me? Forgive her, that's fine. Well, I guess I can. You did help Maya out too, after all. For reals? Yeah, for reals. Thank goodness. I'm still what? No, nothing at all. Just talking to myself, you know, gibberish. Now then, lot of heart at your service. I'll share with you all the dirt I've dug up. Thanks. Hey, don't be surprised. Tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free. Lotta not taking money. Now I know this one's an alien clone. If Maya's not the real murderer, then who do you think it is, Lotta? Well, heck, Eni obvious. It's that occult freak. You meanie? Well, there ain't anyone else that could be right. That granny, you and me were all together that whole time. So Lotta suspects Eni. Which means she might have already found some info about a mysterious Eni. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Can we present profiles? Oh, she's 8, aren't I? Anyway. Here, I see Mimi, right? Yeah, I was wondering if you know anything about this girl. Yeah, no, actually, I did a lot of checking up on her the other day. Her sister, she's the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world. Yeah, I'd heard as much. I also heard that Eni was the one who introduced Dr. Gray to Crane Village. You don't see that's one sneaky girl, if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? Yes, please. Do you know anything more about her as well? Nope, don't know nothing about that. Things that don't catch my eye don't catch my interest. Calls herself a journalist. What about the dead guy? Yeah, it's that Dr. Gray guy. It's a pity what happened to him. Pretty scary what ghouls and ghosts can do to a man, God rest his poor soul. Since when was Lotta so religious? Okay, talk. Eeny. Well, speaking of Eni, do you have any other information about her? Sure. Well, what is it? Ha. It'll cost you, and it'll cost a lot. Oh, silly me. Here, I thought 3 meant no money necessary. That girl was hospitalised about half a year ago. Hospitalised? But why? Well, Wack, you can go find out on your own. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something. Maybe? What's that supposed to mean? Well, see, actually, it were going to be annoying, I reckon, so I didn't actually go there. Ugh. Well, that's the way to the gumbo spoils, right? Spoiled gumbo sounds ew. I mean, look, don't blame this. Oh, never mind. Looks like I don't have much choice. Better go check out this hottie clinic. Cool, now we've got somewhere else to go. June 21st, Hottie Clinic, reception. So, this is where Eni was hospitalized. Yes? Are you here to visit a patient? Yes. Are you a doctor here? Yes, I'm Director Hottie. I didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself. Yes, so what can I help you with? I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Eeny Meeny. Miss Meeny? Miss Eeny Meeny? Yes. Oh, her! It's too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago. Here you are. Here you are, sir. You know you shouldn't be up and about. Come on, it's back to your room with you. Sweetums, calm down, calm down. Don't be so harsh with an old man like me. Don't you dare start that Sweetums things with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital. Wow, I didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss. Come now, be a good boy and give me the director's white glove coat. Okay, I got it. Yes. Yes, yeah. Don't, yes, me. Who in the world are you? I'm Director Hottie, haha. The nurse went off somewhere. Oh, the inhumanity. Only person I can talk to is this guy. Yeah. Word to the wise. Do something vain and your only reward is in tiredness. Okay. Excuse me. That's the X-ray room. Okay, it's the X-ray room. What is peculiar about this guy? Yep. So, what exactly do you treat at this clinic? Yes, we treat all sorts of doctory clinical stuff. Yes, doctory clinical stuff. I don't actually know or particularly care about the details. Yes, what does I look for? Yes, there's a really big general hospital around the column. Yes, when they can't accommodate everyone, they move some of the patients here. And you do surgeries here, right? Yes, we do some plastic surgery here, it seems. It seems. Yes, it seems that way. What do you know about Miss Eeny Meeny? Now you're talking. Yes. A girl, she was transferred from the general hospital. From the general hospital? To here? What kind of surgery did she need? Yes, well, she needed surgery. It was really bad, really bad. So what kind was it? Yes, well, no. You see, that is something... No, I can't tell you. So you say it with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director. See, there's this thing about how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patient stuff. It's one of those TV shows, right? You've seen them, right? Yes? I'm never going to get him to unzip those broken zipper teeth of his at this point. There's got to be something I can show to this old coot. Can we present my badge? What's this? I'm a lawyer. Right now I'm investigating a murder. Yes. What is it for your angry face? Violence isn't the answer. Yes. Trial is tomorrow and I would really like some information from you. Is that right? Well, you know, I think I can let you in on a little secret. What's that? Yes. Actually, I'm not the real director. Are you kidding? Anyone with half of I's brain knew that. What do you mean? Do I have to explain this to him? Well, hold on. I'll give you something. Real information, okay? Actually, this clinic, see, I'm like this place's walking dictionopedia. You mean walking encyclopedia? Yeah, that. And my specialty is in young... Oh, creepy. Nothing I don't know about them, but I get embarrassed talking about it. Yeah, how about you keep that kind of information to yourself? Okay. Anyway, you wanted to know about little Miss Eeny Meeny, right? Little Miss Eeny Meeny? That girl, I remember her especially well, really especially very well. Okay. Please tell me what you know about Eeny Meeny. Yes, I'll get to that. Trust me, I will. That girl, that's right. She was transferred here from General Hospital. This was, yes, a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases. What was she ill with? Ill? No. She was injured, not ill. My trained eye, I could see. Yes, but I could see it was a huge wound at that. Huge injury. Her whole body was wrapped around in bandages and her arm was in a cast. That sounds pretty severe, alright? Yes, it was an accident. An accident. That's scary, right? Cars, yes. Car? You mean it was a traffic accident? Yes, that's what gave her terrible injuries. I saw it was in the papers. Yes, I looked it all up. I did. It was terrible. Yes. Dare I even ask what is wrong with this old guy? Just now, you mentioned something about a big operation. You're talking about Miss Enid's operation? Yes, Miss Enid's. That was one heck of an accident. Yes, her whole face burnt like bad toast. Very bad, very bad. Was it really that bad? It was a good thing Miss Enid had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together. Picture. That girl, see, she had just gotten her license. She just happened to have a license photo on her. Yes. Oh. So you see, I got a picture. A way to remember her, yes. One more like Wright. Breach of ethics, so wait. What pretty girl like her? But she has lots of pictures of herself. Sure. It's a treasure, my treasure, precious. What happens to the actual license itself? Who knows? Didn't bother to ask. Probably got burned up with the car. Yes. License photo. Okay. So you looked up information on Edie's accident, correct? Sorry. Yep, sure did. Yes, I read every paper that covered it at the time. What kind of accident was it, do you remember? Yes, hold on, I'll get it for you, the article, I mean. You have it? Well, don't get me wrong, I thought something might come up, so... Assess it to the max, but I bet I could learn about her sin or need from this guy. Here we go, yes. According to this, Miss Enid was in the passenger seat. The passenger seat? And dozing, alright, so it says. Strong jolt woke her up, and the next minute, a sea of fire was all around her. Miss Enid fought with the door, finally got it open, and somehow managed to get away. Anywho, you can read all the details in the articles. Yes. Okay. New clue. She probably looked sober. Yes. One of them was not... last night, two women's car crashed into a highway center divide. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at the site. Ongoing investigation has revealed that the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. Miss Enid holds information about crash. Holds interview about crash. I was like totally tired and I dropped off to sleep. There was this crash and like I woke up in a huge sea of flames. There was like still half asleep, but I opened the right door and I got out. Don't like remember anything else. Doctor lurking in the shadows. If Miss Enid was to believe, the one driving the car was her sister Mimi. Mimi was the nurse at Gray's surgical clinic where 14 patients were accidentally overdosed to their death. Is this then just a mere coincidence? It's been half a year since Miss Enid had her surgery and got better. She was discharged somewhere in December last year. Already been half a year, huh? Yes, so how was I? I was a real help, wasn't I? Yes. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, well, then I'll be getting back to my room then. Tell Miss Enid I said hi, okay, yes. It's time for me to leave too. Yes. Oh, it's definitely time to leave. Move to Crane Village. Cute. So how was it? Did you go to the clinic? Yeah, I found out a few things, I guess. What's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Yes, so earlier that old... Oh, Granny called the cops. The cops? Why would Morgan call the police? She said she had something to tell them. Things are sure getting interesting. Okay. But honestly, I tell ya, that Granny sure got her blooms in a knot. Well, I guess you could put it that way. Always starts out small, you know. Stealing the master's seat, controlling the village folk. And now you see what it's turned into, a murder, that's what. Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on. What? That stuff you were just talking about, that's the first I've heard of it. Ha, really? Well, that's old news to anyone in the world. Well, excuse me for not keeping up with gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seat. Yep. right now. The master is this medium named Misty Fee, but the one that was really supposed to be the master was that old granny. Morgan was supposed to become the master? Do you know where Amy is, Lottie? Lotta. Yeah? I saw her not so long ago. She's hanging around that garden in the middle. Okay, thanks. You got something to ask her? Yeah, I've got a whole list of things, and she can clear up for me. So I hear the master's always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter. Turns out that old bat is Misty Fee's older sister. Oh. They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power. Come to think of it, I said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Well, anyway, somehow Granny there lost to her younger sister Misty. I see. It's made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear her said all sorts of things too, like she's the oldest and that she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. Wow, I had no idea. So, what would have happened had Morgan been stronger? Mia's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon. Interesting. Like, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. I think I have enough to finally unlock her secret. Like, what's with that scary look on your face? Traffic accidents. Oh god. I need to present the freaking profile. Keep doing that. I want to ask you about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in an accident? Yes, that one I can. Now we present that. Would you, like, take a look at this? It's an article from 1 year ago. It says Messini Mini holds interview about crash. Ah. You suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted to a hospital, correct? Like, wait. What now? That's not me. Hmm? I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Mini, is, like, pretty common. What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mini, is in here. Like, totally, wow, what a scary coincidence. I'm totally, like, getting goosebumps. You think I'm gonna let you get away with that? So, like, now what? Like, do you have something that totally says I was hospitalized? This is your proof? Like, what's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh? So, there was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. The memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you. That creepy fake director. Now you ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a sec. Okay, so, like, I was in an accident, sure, but that's, like, totally not related to this murder. Actually, it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died, correct? And that woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose the one who died in that accident could be... Sister? I believe it was your sister, Mimi. Mimi. You were riding in your sister's car when she drove. The two of you were together when the accident occurred, making it one and the same. Yeah, I was riding. Riding in that car with my sister. We were like on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed my purse and escaped from the passenger side door. And your sister? I couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke, I couldn't see anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Like, he was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, pay my sister back. I wonder. This does give Eni a good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray. It seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it would be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say impossible. But I think you get the picture. I'm going to serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it. No? But you are weird. Looks like something like that. Stop! Stop! Leave my mother alone! Ow. Hold on, pal. I'm not gonna hurt. Pal, dear. It's perfectly alright. I'll be out for a short while with this young man. Mother, please let me go too. No, you must stay here and protect the manor. But I don't need that feast. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll show you something cool. Here, look. It's a real pistol. Detective! Do not upset me further. Sorry. Poor Gumshoe. Be dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. Ow. Oh, Pearl, what's wrong? Mother. Oh, my shoulder is killing me. This has never happened before. Pearls? Mr. Nick. I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick. Say Phoenix anything. So I'm terrible at this. Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya? She'll be alright. I think I've gathered enough evidence. Mystic Maya, she must feel alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. Yeah, but I can't just leave you all here alone either. I'll be fine. Please, Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Her stare is really piercing. Okay, so move to the detention center. June 21st, 6:38 p.m. detention center. Huh, you kept me waiting, Phoenix. Yeah. So, how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear. Memory serves, Mia had a few cyclocks of her own. Mia, I'm ready to unlock the last piece of information I need now. Sure, I welcome you to try. Mia? Yes? Mia, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer, I mean. Why do you think so? It's really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Yeah, a battle of wits against Mia. Gulp. And there's still a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial tomorrow. You mean, like, how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray? Yes. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? The guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started. Which means that the murderer must have gone into that room before the channeling. That's what I think in any case. Myers already said there wasn't anyone else in there. That's true. But if we can't figure out the murderer's movements, we're stuck like a beached whale. I never thought I'd see this day. You were actually asking me about the spirit channeling. This case is all about spirit channeling, and I feel like I don't understand a thing about it. Well, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling is not something you see every day. Yes, I guess you're right. The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're called was something our ancestor, Mr. Gamey Faye, acquired. I've heard that name before. The Faye family was originally a family known for its service to the gods. When Mr. Gamey was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. Because, you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism, Amitabha. Apologies for butchering that. To this day, her soul is still sealed in the Korean sacred urn. It usually sits in the winding way and has her name written on it. Yeah. Oh, come on, Phoenix, it's just a fairy tale. Are you saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale too? Okay, let's see if we have the thing. Remember, we can present profiles, Joe. The murderer. Phoenix! You think I'm hiding information about someone from you, isn't that right? Yes. Alright, then tell me who you think I'm protecting. Well, that's easy. I think you're trying to... No, wait. No, wait. Not Pearl. Didn't mean to select Pearl. I don't know why, but I think you're trying to protect Morgan. Morgan Faye, of course. There is no one else you protect like this, Mia. Well done, but while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else. Which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion on my aunt. The proof is this piece of cloth. I found it in the incinerator near the winding way. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. You mean it's from Maya's costume that she was wearing at the time of the murder? Yes, but when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes, but why? I don't know why. But there is only one person that could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya, my aunt. What's that look mean? Your argument is too flimsy. Huh? You have no proof that this piece of cloth is actually from Maya's costume. But there's blood. And do you know whose blood that is at this point in time? You don't, do you? Do you have any proof that piece of cloth is from Maya's costume? Yes, because we have a key that shouldn't be there. I think this is the proof you're looking for. The key to the channeling chamber, huh? Beginning of the channeling, Maya had the possession of this key, and yet somehow it magically ended up in the incinerator in the center garden. You're right. And this is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve. And both this key and piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was a part of Maya's costume. It would certainly seem that way. Someone changed her into a different set of clothes, and then burned the costume she was wearing in the incinerator. There's only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of my aunt. Exactly. You did very well, Phoenix. Thank you. As long as you have those 2 pieces of evidence, you cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof for this for me. But I want to know, if my aunt is a culprit, then how did she commit the murder? How she did it, huh? I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? An accomplice! Otherwise known as Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mine. Eeny, Meeny. She's the answer to the final question. Which means that my aunt and Eeny, Meeny were in cahoots! Oh, we might need to have a short break and have a real stretch. Which is probably, we're coming up to the saving point anyway. Feels like it's coming up to the end of the day, so that'll be great for having a quick stretch. Sorry, I'm really uncomfortable today. For some reason, I don't know why. I think I must have slept funny and put some nerve to sleep or something. Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. A person would have to know a lot about Fay Manor and the village itself to do this. Hi, Lady Marguerite. Wood Morgan already has an alibi. Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Eeny Meeny is involved somehow. But we have one big problem on our hands. Problem? With what? We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? What would she have to gain? Also, we really don't know for sure that she was cooperating with Eeny. Mia doesn't have a clue either. Then there is only one possibility. Huh? Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Because Mother. She is the one who holds the key to this. Mother? Whose? Mine? Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Fay. Mia and Maya's mother. Why would you bring her up now? Now then. Looks like we've gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then. Right. Chief, we won't lose. Perfect. Perfect timing for a break, because I really need to stand and stretch. Saving content. Yes, plus save. Ow, really uncomfortable right now. I'm gonna have a good stretch and to hydrate, and I will be back in a couple of minutes. Enjoy the void for now. Ow, I'm getting old. Hi, Dan. No cozy, only void. Or my shoulder was absolutely killing me because apparently I slept on it funny. So I had to have a stretch. I am quite uncomfortable right now. How was the walk? Anything cute? We're about to start the final stretch, the last day of the trial. June 22nd? No, I mean, I've done this since I was young. I just sleep funny on my shoulder and then it just, hurts all day. I do it all the time. I don't sleep in a good position. But it's the only position I can sleep in, so, but yeah, then my entire shoulder just, give myself nerve damage, or what have you. Ow. But yeah, then it just makes me feel slightly queasy. I'm going to try sitting slightly at an angle to see if that alleviates some of the pressure on it. But mostly it'll just be a case of, hopefully it'll go away. If it doesn't, I'll take some painkillers. But yes. Indeed. Right, June 22nd, 9:51 a.m, very precise. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Aww. Yeah, I mean, everyone's always like, oh yes, you should sleep on your back, it's best for you, it's whatever. I can't sleep on my back. I sleep on my front side. And then in like 17 other positions during the night involving ending up with my bedding on the floor. Last night I zonked on this shoulder, as you can tell. So, yeah. Oh, and my neck as well. Right, okay, no one needs to hear about my body and how it's deteriorating. Okay, Nick. Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah. What? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she's felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then when you look at me, and well, I'm daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I am happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearlie. You'll be safe today, Mystic Mare. Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearlie. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you can do me a big favour? Could you channel me out today as well? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Right, I'll do it for Mystic Mare's sake. See you later then. You two to your alone time. Phew, thank goodness. Nick? This way, Pearls won't be up to today's trial. Well, what do you mean? What's going on? Yeah. Don't think she needs to hear about her mother's betrayal. June 22nd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. 2. Court is now in session with the trial of my affair. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight with news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you're foolishly wanting the foolishly foolish clouds. The famous one is me. I am the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. I really don't think they should allow a 13-year-old to become a prosecutor. Or even an 18-year-old. The amount of training you have to go through. And certifications and yes. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice, Miss Montgomery. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Fee. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. I'm just going to... that look. If looks could kill Phoenix, right? Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber correct. Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of the arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. Okay, what? But, Ms. Van Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that it wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she drops this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I am here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fay, to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia, she seems really torn by this. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fay, and I am a spirit medium in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a manner of speaking? Ah! I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mr. Maya. Then. Spirit severing technique. A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is. Yes, that is. You, be quiet. Now, witness, something happened when you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape the channeling room. Order. Order. Ms. Fay, please testify to this court. The court, what happened during that time? Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just ups the ante on this trial. The ante. Unintentional pun. My escape. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door. Those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I request that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Pistol was hanging from Miss Dickmeyer's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I am afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why are you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Miss Dickmeyer. However, I must correct falsities when they arrive. That's right, she is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Wright. Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Was it really necessary to have two people do something as simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that is a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another. You reached a highly significant milestone, Dan! Oh my god! You must be so proud of yourself! Did I do the sarcasm right? Did I do the sarcasm right? Sorry. I amuse myself sometimes. A bit too cheery. Oh, well, it's supposed to be over the top because, you know, then people can tell I'm being sarcastic. You know, you've got to emote. There's an acting element to it. You can't just say it like you'd say normal things, otherwise how's everyone going to know you're being sarcastic? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. There was another reason you wanted us both out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger. That's what I thought to myself. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fay. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused me to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. You lied to the police. I mean, you're going to jail for perjury, if nothing else. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful to me to say this, however. The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? Bonked on the noggin. So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Miss Dickmeyer had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she? Ow! This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there is always later. Yes, very well. Ugh, why does it feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Then, quite so. Is it really that easy for her to escape from you? Huh. I'm ashamed to submit such a thing, however, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There is no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember at the time, the defendant was not physically my affair. Ah. Growing old is such a mysterious thing, trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have, however. I fainted. Okay. You literally, lied about this. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true that the witness is not able to confirm this, but the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? I mean, she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what it looks like. Ms. Van Kalmer is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. There's so many things wrong with it. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. Come back and bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes. That is exactly what we should be. Be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone? Who was it? The prosecution calls Miss Eeny, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eeny. I think you can see where this is headed. But wait, Pearl said no one had gone past. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is Eeny. I'm researching parapsychology stuff at the university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's I guess most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Sammy! Oh my god, now there's two of me open. Sammy, darling! Hi, welcome in, Raiders! Oh, and happy anniversary, Sammy. Hopefully you had a really great stream. Where's my Sammy button? There's my Sammy button. Thank you, and thank you for following. Thank you so much. Yes. Welcome in, Sammy. Sammy is an amazing person who was just celebrating her 2-year streaming anniversary in some style, might I say, with some Assassin's Creed Black Flag, words on stream, and Fall Guys, if I remember correctly. Well, that's at least those are the ones I caught. There may have been something while I was making my lunch, but that was what I caught, and it sounded like it was a very good stream. Hopefully you all had fun. Hi, welcome in, Raiders. Hi, I'm Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. Today we are playing Phoenix Wright, the Trilogy. We are playing the second game, Justice for All. We're in the second case, in the last day of the case, hopefully clearing our friend Maya of being a murderer. We have not objected too much. There has been some whipping. The prosecutor in this case has a whip and is not afraid to use it, and it's slightly disturbing. So yes, but yes, welcome in. I do lots of indie games, point and clicks, puzzle games, visual novels. I like doing silly voices. Today, not so much with lots of silly voices, but I'm certainly voicing this. It's going slowly as always. But yeah, so yeah, if that sounds like something you might like, then please feel free to drop a follow. If you want to see past stuff, it's all on my YouTubes. And yes, hopefully you would like to stay. But yes, thank you so much, Sammy, for choosing me to raid. I appreciate it. So yes, we're just about to hear witness testimony in this case. It is. So yes, even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Ms. Meany, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? Lies. Well, ooh, hang on. Have I accidentally... yeah. No, so no worries. I just... Okay. I somehow accidentally got myself in fast forward and didn't read that bit out. But yeah, so whatever it was that just got said. I think she said something about she was about to tell us what happened. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine. I'm sorry that your internet is having a silly. But yes, hello, welcome in. After the murder. I thought my controller's having a day. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Now, hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Oh, come on, get with the program, dude. If we're not established what happens with the medium thing. Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at the time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, Mini. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Which character? Eeny Meeny? Yes. There's a lot of annoying characters in this series. A lot of annoying characters. I think Eeny Meeny is a better name, but yes, Meeny also works. Oh, well, this is, witness? Yeah, I know, but it's an act. It's totally an act. Like, yeah. In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Meany, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. Ah, no worries. Feel free to burb. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as a truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. I have a court record full of loose ends! This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish trouble. Oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. Cross-examination after the murder. Like, when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the library. Cool. Was that because of your sesame allergy, was it? Like, that's right. I think there were sesame seeds in the lunch they served that day. I had this premonition that it was going to totally be a seedy day. No worries. Have a good luck. Have a good luck. Lurking is perfectly acceptable. Talking is also acceptable. Whatever you want to do, I am happy with either. It's story time, so if you just want to sit and listen to me read the story, then that is acceptable. Yesterday we had an ASMR day. Cozy Saturday with a bit of Power Wash Simulator. So it's a weekend, lazy weekends. Yes, indeed. I see. Am I the only one who missed the boat here? Anyways, you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping? A little later, someone came into the room, really suddenly. How? Do you know the time? Maybe a little before 11 a.m., something like that, I think. 11 a.m.? Yeah, my stomach is totally ready for, food. No, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant what time was it when someone came into your room? Oh, so that's what you meant. You should have been more, clear about it. Why would we be asking what the time is? There's probably a clock somewhere in the courtroom. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. It's really... That's it. Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, what was I talking about again? Oh my god, never mind. Witness about this person who entered this side room. Oh my god, totally my sister. Are you absolutely sure? I guess. You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered? At least she doesn't say things. Oh my god. Ah! Yeah. Yeah. We've had some ridiculous new words been proposed as things. Including, yes, wrecking course and various other bits and bobs. It's a silly series. You're not supposed to take it seriously. Was it or was it not your sister who entered? I don't know. I mean, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First of all, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Mimini? I hadn't seen her in so long. I was happy in a sad way. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? But maybe if I was someone who didn't know about the occult. But I know all about this Korean channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized it was her sister. Yeah, what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? Question further. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? It really is. It really is. That's why she's getting sort of a stoned kind of stoner voice type. That's why I'm trying to do that sort of voice for her. Abstract, absent-minded type thing. Because that's the act she's putting on. Absent-minded. No. There wasn't any reason for me to, think anything was strange. But... Ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection? Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright? This question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important? I'm sure it's very important, but I think it's a stretch. It's very important. Although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. Alright, Mr. Wright. Mr. Meany, please amend your testimony. Okay, I'm totally cool with that. I wasn't scared at all, and her costume looked totally normal. Wait, that's not the one. Does that look totally normal to you? Excuse me. That was a very well spun line, Mazzini. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Ms. Meany, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Yeah, and, but I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like that. The blood spray. Yeah. Ms. Meany? Why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? You're really testifying and not lying. You would have noticed it right off the bat. Order! Order! Ms. Meany, what is the meaning of this? Ms. Meany? I'm thinking, don't interrupt me. That... And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? Well, That witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Some people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. I'm sorry, I, didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please. Oh, the judge still looks a little shaken up. What the help he's gonna be? After the murder part 2. Like, the side room was, like, kind of dark, you know. So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. You're just spinning a web, and it is deceitful and broken! Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. You think, like, thanks, Gramps? Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? No! All right, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. After the murder, part 2. Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinions onto the Scott. Like, that's right. Excuse me, but how is my statement any more subjective than Masmini's? You are such a noblest cause. Witness, you may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Like, okay. Ugh, can't breathe, let me out of here. So, like, the costume is like purple, right? You didn't see the blood? Like, yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at the time as well. That's, Are you going to tell me next you didn't notice the gun either? I, like, totally didn't. All I was looking at was, like, her face. Continue. And I, like, persuaded my sister. Okay. And what was your sister Miss Mimi like at the time? Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think, like, she knew. She said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologize to Ms. Morgan. Does Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. Okay. I mean, Pearl was sitting in the winding way this entire time. No one went anywhere. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix, right? The sooner, the better. She says with her whip at the ready. And, like, Ms. Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know. May I ask you one more thing, Ms. Meany? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When you were going to the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. You know what? Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. That's not good enough. Okay, you have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Okay, now I feel like I've gone down the wrong path. I was trying to push for the fact that Pearl was there in the winding way, and you would have had to walk right past her. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber, is that important? It's very important. I'm just gonna run with this at this point. I ask because it's very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Okay. Very well. Ms. Meany, if you will please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I totally don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, the channeling chamber. Try to remember that time. I don't know how many people have played this before. I mean, it's been out a while, like 2000 and something. Like early. So I remember playing it on the DS. And ridiculous amounts of time spent playing this and forgetting to sleep. I think I've got it, like, several copies of it. Like, I've got the DS version, I've got it on my phone, and I've got the Xbox. I'm playing this on Xbox. I think it's on Steam as well, but I don't own that version. But yeah, I don't know if you remember what happens in this case. It is Justice for All, which is the second game. We're in the second case. But yes, we talked to Pearl, who's the 8-year-old cousin of Maya, earlier in the stream, and she was like, oh god, no, I'm doing it. Now I'm saying like all the time. She was repairing a broken vase in the Winding Way while everyone was in the other rooms, and she didn't see anyone until she saw me, Phoenix Wright, and Lotta come back from phoning the police. So the point that Mr. Phoenix Wright is trying to make here is that how the heck could she have taken a blood-covered sister, you know, without seeing the 8-year-old? Try to remember that time. Oh, like, I remember, like, I totally didn't see anyone on the way. I guess this really is a dead end. Something you finally pull out. A witness is never a dead end, Phoenix. It's no good. I can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in her statement, he'll end the trial. I know. We have to give it another shot. Doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up. Okay, it's got to be that last one. Present. Can we present Pearl? You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that's impossible. Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Interesting, you have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child? Just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the central garden. The garden? Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have had to see her. So, Miss Mimi, what do you have to say to that? That was an interesting effect. Is what we have to say to that. As you can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading our sister at the time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. Sort of foolish. There is no way someone walking along the Winding Way could not have noticed Pearl. Because she was putting together that. This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot. What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it. Oh god. So instead of not telling her mother, we've just outed her to the entire court. Though, to be fair, we're getting Maya off this way. So, I'm sure she'll understand. And not be too mad at us. She broke the urn. Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? Because I am. Because your witness is lying. This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the Winding Way. Ms. Meanie? Pearl was there in the Winding Way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Ms. Meanie. You are a masterful liar. Just making funny noises now. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you're saying. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Ms. Meanie, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. I know. Gasp! She lied. Yeah, I know, right? Objection! Point. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? There's no way. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says that during the actual murder she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? Ow. Ow. Sorry. Neck pain. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Mean, you made the following statement. And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time both myself and Miss Hart were not there. Stretch, yes, I like that plan. I'm gonna have to adjust my stance though because I need to sit straight so I can stretch. Oh! Ow! Oh! Okay, spines are not meant to make that noise. Ignoring that, thank you very much for the stretch, Sammy. It's true at the time both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that have to do with anything? It's very simple. Ms. Meaning, how did you know that fact? How? I concede that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Ms. Meany, you did, in fact, go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the winding way. But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honour. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Ms. Meany, please answer the question. Objection! Don't ask a question off of a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you've put that on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eeny Meeny. So now is the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? In a channeling chamber. Excuse me. Ms. Meany was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Ms. Meany was at the scene of the crime. Order, what? Ooh. Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eeny Meeny was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Behind the screen. Here, of course. Behind the folding screen. Ah! Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way any more hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid Jack. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slimeball. Now, Miss Meanie, one so young as you shouldn't be saying. Shut it, Gramps, as if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. The box. Ms. Meanie. How you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Oh. That tiny little box? No person could fit in that. No, it's ginormous. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Lotta disproved you when she was hiding from me in it. Objection! This clothing box was in this side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. It wasn't. Mr. Wright? Can I testify as myself? It's like, it really wasn't. It appeared after. Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Yes, I can, with some evidence. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Folding screen? Bullet hole. Can we point out a bullet hole? We need to point out the bullet hole. Sure. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. What on earth? I'm just wondering if he's just carted in this clothing box and just plonked it in front of the judge. I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? It's the folding screen. It has an hole that's the same height. That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Yeah! Ms. Meanie, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Because, in fact, you are not evil. You are, in fact... Objection! Whoa, order. Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Meenie? That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Meenie, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey. She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, stop. I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have the proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. Correct, it's not possible. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow. Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait. Ms. Van Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? You can't be serious. Miss Meanie, you had an accomplice. Morgan! Oh, too far. Grr, this person. If it wasn't someone from Crane Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Fey. Isn't that the wonderful woman lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Ms. Meanie? Grrr. Arg. You shot Mr. Gray with your own 2 hands. deny it. There was a lot of screaming there. I'm not screaming, that'll hurt my throat. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. So literally she planted like a dummy or something, or like just rolled up clothes in the bed to seem like someone was sleeping. Because we went in there. Alright, dressed in the medium's costume and pretending to be and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Bang. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at this attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... bang. After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Click. And as me, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Ms. Morgan Fey chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind the murderer. The mismurder, even. Who is that laughing at a time like this? Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? What is it this time? Ms. von Karma? Surely? Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if the victim is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such a foolish things? Huh? Well, that's, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was going to say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Yimini want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is our motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. Motive? That's... I can't say she has no motive here. But think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. Yeah, wrong way, wrong direction. Oh god. Ha! Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers. Okay, that's not the right... Ow. Great. Now even she is calling me by full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Oh no, it was the right thing. Okay, cool. I thought it was. Because through that accident you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? Do you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? See now, stupid Gramps. I'm, going to explain, so, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, wanted revenge, then, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was, Dr. Gray. It was, a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know. She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see... Ow! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our... No! Stop playing dictate! You're meant to be a judge! Have some backbone! I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Ms. Meany has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and she has no motive in the first place. Revenge is a dish best served cold. It takes planning. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. Yes, there is. She wants to be in charge. It's a really good reason. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. I mean, I totally do. So many faults. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you should really learn your place. Ugh. What happened? I thought I had it for sure. See? It's just as I told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well, I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Meany. Hold it! Your Honour, please allow the defence 1 more minute. All right. Can't leave here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for murder. But, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There is a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray, and it is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. You want to say that you can prove Miss Meany had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I? Can I really do this? Yes. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Meany had a motive. Yeah, too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended. After all. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. Evan Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a second. To be continued. Hi, Jesse. Save. Yes? Do I not look okay? Fading. Oh, it probably... My mic. My voice? Probably just keeps I keep turning away from my mic. June 22nd, 12:04 p.m. Yeah, No, it's probably just turning my head away from my mic when I'm talking. Because it's over here. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, my voice sounds tired. My voice always sounds tired because I'm always tired. I'm like the Hulk. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Amy could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And it's the circumstances that no one else other than your aunt, Morgan. That's terrible. Why would my aunt? Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix, right? Ah, Miss Von Karma. Yes, it's my boyish good looks. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. June 22nd, 12:10 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Luckily we're in the same room, that's so convenient. Court will now reconvene, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Can you prove Miss Yemini has a motive? Yes, I believe I can. You look so smug. Yemini and Dr. Gray only have one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Ms. Mimi, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past. Ms. Mimi, if you please. Okay, I totally don't think it'll do any good, but, last year's accident. That was last year in May. Something really bad had happened at my sister's clinic around then. And the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. I woke up because of a jolt and there was a sea of flames around me. I opened the door and got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Ah! There was merely rumours. Totally baseless gossip. Yes. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove. Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Mooney's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Okay. Odd. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, that was in May too. The thing with all the patients dying was May 2nd. And our accident was on the 24th. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was totally tired, so that's why. Duh. Something really bad happened. Yep, okay. That was a malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? I heard it was because the medicines, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Mimi? No way. Dr. Gray, wanted to blame it on my sis. That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi's fault. Which means as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi is the one who made the mistake. But, like, it really wasn't my sis. And, like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired when she was driving. She was totally tired, you mean exhausted. Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It was, like, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder, then, that the car accident happened, huh? So then why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I mean, switch drivers. If your sis was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. Ah, but like, I don't, like, have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Ms. Meany. Ms. Meany, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, anyway. I was, like, totally pooped, so I, like, fell asleep in the passenger seat. Crap. The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah. Like, it was at, like, 1 AM or so, I think. I had, like, a paper due, like... Excuse me? Really soon. So, like, I hadn't slept and was working, like, real hard. So it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened. I, like, woke up because of a jolt. Your sister, what happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was, like, totally black, and there was, like, a ton of smoke. I, like, totally had, like, no clue what was going on. I, like, opened the door and, like, got away. Please tell us about your escape in more detail. I, like, kept wanting to forget that time. So, like, I don't remember things about the accident in, like, detail anymore. Well, it's alright, no need to push yourself. I think I, like, gave an interview after the accident. Like, that would probably be the most accurate, you know. If it's that article, then I've already got it. I, like, didn't have my license, so, like, I couldn't take over driving for her. Wait. Ms. Meany, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Ms. Meany? That's right. Yeah, I had, like, a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What? Are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director, and how did you know he was perverted? No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix, right? What in there? That's what's happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Meany did not have a driver's license. Oh. How? Cry, and my whip will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm, like, glad you get it, but, like, even if I had my license, I, like, don't think my sis would have, like, let me drive. Ow! Don't just stand there humming to yourself. Not you too, Mia. With the whip and the pain and the ow. Ms. Meany, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because I think the situation calls for a more detailed testimony, Ms. Meany, if you please. Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry. Didn't mean to be mean. I wouldn't be allowed. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She, like, had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She, like, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. I see. Bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... Okay, tell me about this car. It was a new car? Yeah. She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. From the UK, you say? Where the driver sits on the right side of the car because we drive on the left. And in your interview, I believe, if we just check the court record, I opened the right door. I mean, like, the driver's side door. Someone from the UK would notice in this thing and then be like, which side of the road do they drive on in this thing? In whichever country this is. The UK. Were those her boyfriend's initials? And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. Don't really know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor? Yes. Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony. You mean the part about being a special import car? Yes. Sigh. Well, if you like cars that much then. That's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. Ms. Meany, would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. My sis' new car was like a totally special model from... Present. Voila. Ms. Meany, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's correct, is it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat, the left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left. That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite? Two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side. What do you mean by this? Ms. Meany, you said that you had escaped using the right side of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. And in fact, order in the court. And in fact, if you were sitting in the driver's seat, then I feel like I'm in Legally Blonde. I'm going to start talking about ammonium thioglycolate. Order in the court. Order. Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Ini said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Meany. That is what Ini said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumption. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Ini or Mimi? Who was really driving that night? Mimi. The answer is the one person who had a driver's license, Mimi Meany. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said, the witness, Miss Mimi Meany, was the one in the driver's seat. Which leads us to the next question. The next question? Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? What sort of idiotic rules is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The witness's name? This witness' name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name is... Eenie and Mimi and a Minnie, but where's them? Eenie, meenie, miny, mom. They look very similar, but, you know, she had plastic surgery. Mimi, Mimi, that is your real name. Avor the foolish dribble. Then, how do you explain her appearance? This witness had several severe facial burns when she was admitted to the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? And this is the picture she gave her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. No, but Mimi, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. And that's why it would be a problem having a medium that actually can call spirits, and they would find out that Mimi was not actually dead. Then, the bodies they found at the crash site... That was the body of the real Eenie Meenie. Isn't that right, Ms. Meenie? Miney. That's a bit of a tongue twister. That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Eenie Meenie. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Eenie. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Meenie from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? Ugh, what is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Meenie. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Meenie was still in fact alive. Told you. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. Ow. So, this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating. Eenie, meenie, miny, mo. Yes, no worries. I hope to see what you are constructing, or are you cooking something? Because you do cook most amazing things. But anyway, lurking is fine. Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Oh, that sounds delightful. That's something that you do. Well, Miss Eenie, I mean, Miss Von Karma. Yeah, why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right, I admit it. My real name is Mimi Meenie. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? Become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi Meenie wanted her old self to disappear because of this. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. And that timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident and our own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. A chance to throw away her past and start a new life as a sister. Unbelievable. Plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo? Becoming uni had been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it. I hate it all. I believe there are a few unsolved riddles here, such as, why did Ms. Meany choose to go with such a complicated plan? Why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay? This is preposterous! I am perfect! Me, Francisco von Karma. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Ms. von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Oh, it's vibrating on my knee. Alright, and one more for good measure. Should really not be allowed to bring that into the courtroom. Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix! Phoenix! This court is a fraud, a sham! No, you just got played by your witnesses. Now then, it looks like it'll be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. No, it is not, Sammy! And I know this because I have a law degree. I mean, not in America or whichever country this is supposed to be set in, but one is certainly not allowed to whip the defense attorney to, unconsciousness. So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. That is all this criticism. Oh, excuse me. Speaking as American is definitely legal. You already know courtrooms from TV and this game. Yeah. No, I've been in actual courtrooms. And yeah, no one is allowed to whip anyone. No one is allowed to whip anyone. Jesse, I think that may have been porn that you were watching. Court is adjourned. June 22nd, 3:13 p.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 3. Congratulations, Maya. Sis. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis. I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. That's from Legally Blonde. In fact, you know not to take a shower because it deactivates the ammonium thioglycolate. And as if you in fact did not take a shower, as I suspect didn't because your curls are perfectly intact, then that would have mean that you would have had to catch her in the act Legally Blonde is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Elle Woods is just, chef's kiss. It is a brilliant movie. I love it. I rewatched it with my mum recently. I mean, it's very 90s. It's slightly silly, but like, it is an amazing movie. It was Chutney what did it. Exactly. You would have had to catch her standing over your father's body, holding a gun. Yeah, Mean Girls is also very good. There were a lot of really good 90s movies that got branded as chick flicks, and thus a lot of people dismissed them. Best courtroom movie, my cousin Vinny, not seen it. Not seen it. Yeah, no, I would agree that the sequel is differently great. Not less so. You like The Runaway Jury? Grisham. I mean, that's gritty. Gritty. Erin Brockovich is also very, very good as a legal movie. The film, not the city or the cheese spread. I mean, I like Marissa Tomei and Danny DeVito. Never heard of Ralph. But no, I imagine, that's more of an American movie. The Karate Kid. Oh, he's the Karate Kid. Okay, well, I've never seen The Karate Kid. I've heard of it. Never seen it. Anyway, we're nearly at the end of this. So I'm just going to finish this bit and then we can continue discussing. That's right. I'm terrible with names. So I don't know how you expect me to know names unless they're really, really famous. For me. There's still one thing I don't quite get. Excuse me. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. Wax on, wax off. I mean, I feel like I know the reference from somewhere, but probably not. It's probably a meme, that I have no idea where it came from. I think Mimi Meany had planned to open the door to the chamber herself, and then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, But I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey Nick, tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Meany with a plan like that? I just don't understand it. Nick? Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... well... Pearly. 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Crane Village. And that person will be you, Maya. But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear, and what would happen then? Branch family? No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearl's. Ah! Everything was done for her sake. It was all so that Pearls would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying... I thought so. Date and time unknown. Detention center. Solitary confinement. Cell 13. My precious Pearl. Well, the only one suitable to be the master of Grain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. That Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. That's not ominous at all. Hey, that was good timing. It's 6 o'clock. So the next one is Turnabout Big Top, which we will pick up another time. So there we go. It's the end of that case, episode of that game. Oh, so we are technically exactly halfway through the game. Even though we've not got half the achievements. Because there's one for clearing all of it and one for the step ladders. But aside from that, we are halfway through. I don't know whether to do episode 3 next week and continue on with this game until I finish Justice for All, whether to take a break and do something else. Because I feel like people aren't as enamored of this. There's, but then that just could be indicative of my streams as a whole, so, so we'll see. But anyway, we are going to end this stream here. We're going to see if anyone is on that has an appropriate thing to raid. Or because that involves making a decision. If someone has a suggestion, otherwise I'll end and feel free to go watch whomever you like. So I'm going to end me here. I will be back on Tuesday. New schedule will be up tomorrow at some point in my Discord, on Twitter, on Mastodon. Yeah, but I'm a start at the same time as me, Dan, and it's probably going to be finishing soon. And also, I'm tired and just want to, unless I was planning on continuing whatever Tamashi is for a little bit. That looks gruesome. That looks really gruesome. We're not doing that after we've had lovely Sammy stream and then, visual novel. So yeah, if you want to go watch Ima, go watch Ima. I'm not going to stop you. Yep, I need to do something about my shoulder because I'm in quite a bit of pain. Anything at this point, I just need to stop because I'm in pain and I need to go sort that out. So I'm going to end my stream here. Thank you, lovely people, for watching. Thank you so much to Sammy for the raid. I really appreciate it. And for my new followers, hello. Hopefully you like it and continue to watch. No obligations, but always like to find more indie fans. But yes, that was the end of episode 2 of game 2 of the Phoenix Wright Trilogy. See you lovely people. Well, my next stream's Tuesday at 8, but schedule's down there. Let me know. See you later. I've been Jo. otherwise known as Angel SK, and I bid you good day, good night, good year. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.